Hi, it's Amanda, the Nail Polish Hound, and welcome to another destash video. Today I'm going to be going through my beige and taupe polishes, and I have already organised them roughly by colour family, and I'm going to be doing the cream polishes first and then those with glitters and other components in them. So we're going to start off with this colour here, and this one is Cuccio's Transformation. It's just a very pale blush colour. The next one is Essence Powder Room Party. This one is currently in my project polish. And these two are fairly similar, but the Cuccio has a little bit of a shimmer in it. And that's what the first two look like on the swatch wheel. They are fairly similar. If it wasn't for the essence being in my project polish, I might get rid of it, but as it is going to be used up anyway, I'm going to keep them both. And the next one that we have is a Rimmel London polish. It's called Rain Rain Go Away. I have already used up 2 whole bottles of this. I do really love this colour. So this one's not going to be going anywhere, and I am pleased that Rimmel is now cruelty free, which means I can hopefully repurchase this if I need to in the future. And that is what this one looks like on the swatch wheel. And we have this Essie. It's quite a well-known one, and it is called Topless and Barefoot. This one's a bit more peach toned, and peach tone polishes don't really suit me so well. Here's what it looks like on the swatch wheel. This sort of colour doesn't really suit me very well. This one is going to be destashed. And the next one is this Barry M's Green Origin, and the colour is Mushroom. But again, it's not really a colour I like very much. So this is what it looks like on the swatch wheel. I don't think I'm going to wear this one, so I'm going to let that one go as well. And last in this little grouping, we have this Kiko, and Kikos have numbers, not names. It's number 78, I believe. That's the number down the bottom there. Again, it's a bit of a browny peachy colour. Not really my thing. I've ever worn this. If I have, I've maybe worn it once. I'm going to let that one go too. So the next 3 are all a little bit more purple toned. So this first one is Zoya Eastern. I love this one a lot. This one's not going to be going anywhere. And this is what it looks like on the swatch wheel. Almost just a hint of mauve in this one. And the next one is Catrice, and the shade Taupe League. Another shade that I do really like, and these shades really suit me. This is what this one looks like on the swatch wheel. I'm going to be keeping that one too. We have this Essence Shine and Go, and it's in the colour We Go Together, and this one is also currently in my project polish. So this one is going to be used up, but I do like it. In the same sort of family of colour, just a touch darker again. I think these 3 would look really nice in a Skittle Manny together. So now we're moving into the pale taupe colours. And the first one is another Cuccio. This one is called Take Your Breath Away. This is what this one looks like on the swatch wheel. Very pretty. I'm going to be keeping that one. And the next one we have is this matte Barry M polish. It's in the shade Vanilla. Very pretty. Unusual to be a matte, but I would normally wear it with a top coat. That's staying in my collection as well. And almost identical in colour, we have another Barry M. This one is called Almond, but it's not matte. And as I do really like this sort of colour, that one is staying as well. And finally in this section, we've got China Glaze, Head to Taupe. Really love this shade. This one I picked up on the recommendation of Krista. And this one looks really nice against my skin tone. So I'm going to be keeping this one too. Actually, before we move on to the next section, I did notice that Zoya's Eastern and Head to Taupe do look very similar. But as I love these polishes, I am going to be keeping them both. I can see that I will use one of these up. The last of my creme polishes in this colour family are all the slightly darker and more muted taupe colours. And the first one is another Cuccio. This one is called Quick as a Bunny. This one is very, very pale, almost like a putty colour there. And it kind of washes me out a bit. I bought the polish, to be honest, because it begins with a Q for a to Z polish challenge. I'm not really very fond of it, so this one is going to be leaving my collection. Next one is another China Glaze. This one is called Change Your Altitude. And this one, again, makes me look a little washed out when I wear it. So this one is going to be leaving my collection as well. Next we have an old favourite, and this is Essie's Chin Chili. I love this colour, and although it's in the same colour family, just a little bit darker means it actually starts to look more chic on me and doesn't wash me out so much. So that's what Chin Chili looks like on the swatch wheel. That one's going to be staying. Next one is another OPI. This is called Icelanded, a bottle of OPI. This one's a little bit more brown toned again, a little less taupe, more towards the beige, but not as beige as the beige polishes were. I move this one back and forth quite a few times. That's what this one looks like. And if I am going to be wearing a polish of this sort of colour, this is the one that I would reach for. So this one is staying. Next we have another Cuccio, and this one is called True North. I remember really liking this one when I wore it, so this one is staying as well. That's what it looks like on the swatch wheel. Again, a little bit darker. And then we have Nails Ink, and this is in the colour What's Your Spirituality, and I like this one too. And there it is on the swatch wheel. Dries a little bit lighter than it looks in the bottle. So that one's staying. So we're moving on now to all the polishes that have got some other component added into them. This one you have seen before. If you watched my destash video of my whites, silvers and golds, I had this one in thinking it was an off-white, but then I thought it probably fitted better into this category. So here is Polish Molish Urbis. I was thinking that I will keep this one and try wearing it. I don't even remember if I've worn this before, but I'm going to swatch it first just to make sure it's worth keeping and trying out. So this is how it looks. It's got quite a good formula, a little bit sheer on that first coat. It does look quite cream and it goes on quite easily. I will do a second coat just before I make up my mind on this one. The next one that we have here is a Sienna Rose, and it's called Rainbow Snow. I love this little polish, it's so pretty. I must wear this one again at some point. So that one's staying. Then we have a Missouri. This one's called Cinnamon Latte. But this one's got a few different components in it. It's very subtle, very pretty, and I'm going to be keeping this one. And then this is one that I picked up myself, a little bit of ugly bottle syndrome. A little bit of ugly bottle syndrome on this one, needs a bit of a shake up, but very pretty polish. And I'm going to be keeping this too. So there's 2 coats of Herbis. It is really quite pretty, so I will leave it out and wear it, but I'm fairly certain actually that I will be keeping this one. So the next grouping here are all polishes that have a holographic component to them. And the first one is Cirque Colours Fata Morgana. Looking at this one, I'm wondering whether this would have been better off in my greys, but it doesn't matter because I'm definitely keeping it. I absolutely love this polish. Next we have an ILMP. This is a sort of pale taupe colour. This one's called Manor House. I love this one too, so this one's staying. Another ILMP. Slightly more peachy, but I can just about get away with wearing this one. It's called Coffee Run, and compared to the last one, you can see the difference in the colour there. The next one we have is this A England, and it's called King's Road. This one is described as being a grey, but when I put it with my greys it looked a little bit taupe, so I've put it in this category. And it is a little bit similar to Manor House, so I think I will swatch these two together and see how similar they are. Before I do that though, I'll just run you through the others. And this next one is a Holo Taco. It's called 50 Shades of Beige, which is perfect really for this category. That one's obviously staying. Next is one of the Barista collection. Little bit of ugly bottle syndrome going on again here. This one is called Blushed Ice. Again, I've tried shaking this one up, but it doesn't seem to want to mix up again, which is a little bit annoying because it doesn't look as nice, but the polish is fine, it still works okay, it's just the bottle doesn't look as nice as it used to. That's staying, obviously. The next one is another from the Barista collection. This one's my favourite. It's called Haute Couture. It's a beautiful colour, obviously staying. And then we have got Barry M's Holographic Moon, which I also absolutely love. I did use up a bottle of this in a project polish. This was my backup bottle, but as you can see, it's not too far off from Haute Couture by Holo Taco, so I have now at least got something similar that I can use when this one finally is finished, because the Barry M is no longer available. But I'm keeping them both for now. And the last two in this category, we have a KB Shimmer and a Cirque Colours. I love both of these polishes. They are slightly different. The KB Shimmer is a linear holographic with that scattered linear holo effect. It's very subtle but beautiful on the nails. I get loads of compliments when I wear this polish. I've worn it several times, which for a collection my size means something. So it's called Cubicle Pusher. Don't know if I told you that. and it's staying in my collection. And the Cert Colours is also staying. The holographic in this one, although scattered, is a little bit more obvious. This one is called Earthen. It's beautiful. So back to those two swatches. First of all, here is the ILMP Manor House. This one's very sheer. And then we have the A England. Formulas on these are normally amazing. So that's how they look after one coat, and I'm going to do as many coats as it needs off camera so that I can make a decision. So there you go. We've got 3 coats of the ILMP and 2 coats of the A England, but they're nowhere near each other. So I'm going to be keeping both of those polishes. Here's my last little grouping for this colour family, and these are sort of miscellaneous, mostly glitter, one flaky polish and some shimmer polishes that just didn't fit with any of the others. The first one is this Princess Nail Lacquer in the colour Ballerina Sparkles, and it is a glitter polish. My Princess Nail Lacquers are getting a bit old, so I might try and put this one in a project at some point in the not too distant future. Make sure that I do get the use out of it, but it's staying in my collection for now. The next one is a Crystal Rock polish by Barry M. This is textured and it's called Tiger Eye. This one's getting a little bit gloopy. You can see by the fill line there that I have used this one quite a bit. But I'm going to try and revive this one because I do like it. It's not got any holographic in it, but it is very pretty. Another very pretty and unusual polish is this one by Cuccio. It's called Dreamville, and this one's got little holographic bar glitters in it. I'm definitely going to be keeping this one. Another definite keeper is this classic by China Glaze. It's called Cinderella. And then we have a more recent China Glaze to my collection. This one is called Beach Buff. Got this one in a destash from Amy. I have worn it once. I like it, but it's a little bit peachy for my skin tone. I'm gonna try wearing this one again later on in the summer and see if I can get away with it when I've got a bit of a tan. I don't tan much, but maybe that'll be enough. If it still doesn't suit me, then this one will be destashed at that point, but for the time being I want to give it one more chance. Then we have this Emily de Molly, and this is limited edition 163, and this one is a sort of peachy pink with predominantly gold flakies in it. I kind of remember not liking this one a great deal, probably because of the strong gold shift, so I'm going to swatch that one in a minute and see. And last but not least, we've got KB Shimmers, All That Glimmers. Absolutely love this. Starting to get a little bit on the thick side. Most reflective polishes do, but I'll be able to revive this one with some base. But I love this one and it is going absolutely nowhere. Alright, so let's swatch that Emily de Molly. And that's what it looks like. It's pretty, but I don't think it's the right sort of colour for me. I don't know. Might just about get away with that one. So I'm going to pop that one in the wear it and see pile. So possibly destashed in the future, but not right now. So 5 polishes leaving my collection this time. Like I said before, I'm not aiming for a specific percentage or number. I just want to sort through my collection, become familiar with it again, and make sure that I'm keeping the polishes that I really want. So thanks for watching, and I hope I will see you in my next one. Bye!